Right, so hello everyone. By now you will have seen the planning process, the actual process and the outcome of the first episode, if you will, of Bake the Bible. Now I'm going to continue with the story behind it segment where I explain what it was that I was trying to depict and the actual story from the Bible. Okay, so from the previous clip you will have seen 3 cupcakes. I did 3 cupcakes because they are supposed to depict the 3 visitors. So the part of the Bible is Genesis 18 verse 1 through 15. I'll give it a little read. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre while he was sitting at the entrance to his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and saw 3 men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent to meet them and bowed low to the ground. He said, "If I have found favour in your eyes, my Lord, do not pass your servant by. Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under this tree. Let me get you something to eat, so you can be refreshed, and then go on your way, now that you have come to your servant." "Very well," they answered, "do as you say." So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. "Quick," he said, "get 3 seahs of the finest flour, and knead it and bake some bread." Then he ran to the herd and selected a choice, tender calf, and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare it. He then brought some curds and milk and the calf that had been prepared, and set these before them. While they ate, he stood near them under a tree. "Where is your wife Sarah?" they asked him. "There, in the tent," he said. Then one of them said, "I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, will have a son." Now Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent, which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, "After I am worn out and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and say, 'Will I really have a child now that I am old?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, "I did not laugh." But he said, "Yes, you did laugh." This story then continues on to Genesis 21, which is the birth of Isaac. I picked this part because when I look at my notes here, what I've written, it says amazing, because I just think it's so funny the amount of times, in life that we doubt God and his power, and that we think that earthly things are going to stop us from getting what we want and what God wants for us. But yeah, it just made me smile because it's like the whole, "Oh no, I wasn't laughing." Like, how many times have we thought to ourselves, "Oh no, this isn't possible, like there's no way." Like, well, no, there is no way, no earthly way, but there is a godly way, because with God there is always a way of doing things. And though it might not be through our own doing, there's only so much we can do as human beings. But with God on our side, and with his blessing, and with his grace, it's always possible for the most unthinkable things to actually happen. And what I love is that when we go on to Genesis 21, we then see that Sarah gives birth to Isaac, and Isaac means it can either mean laughter, or he laughs. And I just think, you know, someone try and tell me that God doesn't have a sense of humour. Like, it's perfect. How is it that, you know, Sarah laughs and then she has a son called Isaac, which means laughter? They often say, you know, like, oh, if you want something along the lines of tell God your plans and make him laugh, sort of thing, because we tell God what we want, but really it's like he knows what we need. You know, there's so many things that we have on our list of life, like, oh, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, and God's just there to be like, whatever, here's what you're going to have, this is what you need, and this is what's going to make you prosper, and this is what's going to bring me glory. This is why I love this part of Genesis. There's so much goodness in Genesis. So I might actually delve back in again and do another Bake the Bible for Genesis. Yes, so to explain it properly, the 3 cupcakes depict the 3 visitors. Then you've got Sarah on the side who is cracking up super hard because it's hilarious what she's just heard. And then what she's heard is the breaking news, right? And then in front of it you've got the ha ha ha, which is Sarah laughing, and to the side you've got a hand, like 2 hands holding a H, and there's an A in there too, and those are supposed to be God's hands giving her laughter. It's kind of like, you know, you're laughing at me now, but I'm going to get the last laugh when you get what I have, you know, put on your life, this great blessing. But yeah, I think it's really helpful, it's really hopeful, and I think it's an amazing reminder to trust the process, trust God. Exactly, you know, in that moment where you think, oh, there is no way, I've come to a brick wall, where you can't see through it. It's in that moment you need to remember that you are not in it alone, and God is standing with you. He is before you. He is going through it with you. He's working through it. He's already, it's done, basically. I remember I said this to somebody, I think last year at some point, they were like stressing about something, and I was like, no, it's done. Like, don't worry about it. It's finished. It's done. Like, it's already sorted. And I got it from this song. I think it's done by Annetta Wilson, I think. And it's like, it's done. What I shall be, I already am. It's done. You have worked it out on my behalf. And this is why I meant, like, don't stress about it. It's already done. Like, God is working things out. Look, you do your best. Do what you can. But don't worry. There's no point in worrying when you've got somebody on your side that is just working things out constantly. Think about where you've come from, you know, all the situations in the past that you didn't think you were going to get through, all the tears that you've cried. All the situations where you stressed out and you thought, oh my God, I can't do it, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And then you go and do it, it's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. There's no point. Don't worry about it. Stop worrying. Don't worry. Instead of worrying, pray. Instead of worrying, worship. Instead of worrying, talk. Instead of worrying, get in that Bible. Get in the Bible. There's so many nuggets of hope in this Bible. So many nuggets. In the description box below, I will leave a link to my Instagram, my faith account, and also my baking account. But mostly my faith account is the one that I'm trying to push forward, because that's where I put, you know, music that I'm listening to, quotes from the Bible, just messages of hope, to, you know, give you peace, to help. It's like I'm helping you, but also helping me at the same time. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been an absolute pleasure to do it, and I look forward to the other videos that I get to create in the future. And let me know what you think. Take care.